Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. In the last part, we discussed the different matras that we have in Gurmukhi. We learned their sounds also and how to represent them. We learned their positions. So many different things we discussed in the last part. Here we are going to look at Muharni. So what is Muharni? Let's understand that first. Muharni is where all the sounds will be discussed. For example, I have kakka and then kakkela, right? In this way, we will be having all the matras, la, dla, hoda, kanoda. We will learn how the different letters sound when matras are attached. So this learning of the different sounds when matras are attached is known as Muharni. And in today's part, we are going to look at la. There are three rules that we need to understand before we move on with the sounds. The very first one is la will be on the top. So here we mention the three rules. La will be on the top. If you look at all these letters, you will see the la is on the top. Second is sound of the la. Sound of the la will be the sound of ai in aim. We say aim, right? That a sound will be the sound of la. The third point is we cannot use la with uda and eda. These are the three fundamental rules that we have to remember when it comes to la. I am emphasizing it again as I did in the earlier parts also. If you move on with the matras or if you want to learn Muharni, the very first thing that you need to know is the different sounds that we have in Gurmukhi. So if you do not know the sounds of these few letters, right, then you will not be able to understand how their sounds will be changed when the la will be attached. So learn the basic sounds and then slowly you can move on with Muharni or symbols or laga matras. We are going to learn three things. First one is how to pronounce the letter. Second one is the sound of the letter without any matra. Third, the sound of the letter when a matra is attached, which in this case is la. Uda and eda, we cannot attach any la to these two letters. We mention it here. Okay. Then we have ed. Ed is not going to give you any sound if you have not attached any laga matra. So once you have attached a la on the top of ed, like here, it will give the sound of a, like we have it here. If somebody asks how you are going to represent the sound of la, the answer will be this, ed and then la. That will be a, the sound of la, and it is also the sound that you are going to get once you attach la over ed. Next we have sassa, sa, se. This is sa and this is se. So that a sound you are going to put on the top of the letter and it will change the sound of sassa. Sassa, sa, se. Ha ha, ha, he. Again, the original sound was ha, and once we put the symbol on the top of the letter, it will change the sound of ha ha, which will become he. Ha, he. Okay, the same way we are going to change the sounds of all the letters that we have here. Let's move on to the second row. Kakka, ka, ke. Khakha, ha, ke. Gagga, ga, ge. Kagga, ka, ke. Nganga, nga, nge. This is the tough one, the last, this one. Let me pronounce it again. The letter is nganga and the sound of the letter is nga. If you put the symbol on the top of the letter, it will become nge. You have to say it a couple of times to get it right. Nganga, nga, nge. Third row. Chacha, cha, che. Chacha, cha, che. Jajja, ja, je. Chajja, cha, che. Yanya, ya, ye. This is another letter which is a little tough to pronounce. This letter is, let me say it again, yanya, yanya, ya, ye. This was nganga, this was yanya. Some people also pronounce it as naya, this letter. If you are going to write naya in letters, I mean using symbols and everything, then you will be having the letters nanna, ed and ada, of course with matras. And this letter is not used in there. That naya is not the correct sound. The correct sound is yanya. Yanya, ya, ye. Fourth row. Tanka, ta, te. Thatha, tha, the. Dadda, da, de. Tadda, ta, te. Nana, na, ne. Then we have the fifth row. Tatta, ta, te. Thatha, ha, the. Dadda, da, de. Tadda, ta, te. Nanna, na, ne. Then we have the sixth row. Papa, pa, pe. Paffa, pa, pe. Babba, ba, be. Pabba, pa, pe. Mamma, ma, me. Then we have the seventh row. Yaya, ya, ye. Rara, ra, re. Lalla, la, le. Vava, va, ve. Rada, da, de. These are the first 35 letters. Originally, there were 35 letters in Gurmukhi, and then at a later period of time, they added these 6 letters. The last row, which we call bindi wale akhar, means letters which are having dot. Okay, so instead of having the 3 steps like we have in all the other letters, for example, papa, first step, pa, second step, pe, third step. We have it in this way, right? But when it comes to these letters, we are going to have 4 points. The first point will be different and rest of the points will be same. Sasse pyar bindi, shasha, sha, she. Just remember one thing, you cannot say this letter as shashe pyar bindi. You have to say it sasse pyar bindi. This sassa and then a dot. Shashe pyar bindi will be something like this. This is my shasha and you are going to say I am going to have shashe pyar bindi. Then it will be like this. So we don't have 2 dots under any letter so far. So do not say it as shashe pyar bindi. Call it as sasse pyar bindi. And the same is true for all the other letters. Okay, let's start it again. Sasse pyar bindi, shasha, sha, she. Khakhe pyar bindi, khakha, kha, khe. Gagge pyar bindi, gagga, ga, ge. जज्जे पैर बिंदी जज्जा ज जे, फफे पैर बिंदी फफा फ फे, लल्ले पैर बिंदी लल्ला ल ले. You have to have the heavy tone when you're going to pronounce these two letters. We say in Punjabi pare karke bolna, right? So these are a little tough because when you are going to compare Faffe Pair Bindi with Faffa and Lalle Pair Bindi with Lalla, you might find their sounds somewhat similar, but there is a difference between them. Once we talk about the words, right, it will make more sense. So this is what we have in Muharni for La. We have discussed all the sounds that we are going to get once we attach a La on the top of the letters. Like this, we are going to have 8 more parts where we are going to discuss the other matras and how they change the sounds. With them, we are going to have the examples also. So those example videos will be different, and in there we are going to learn how to make the Punjabi words using the matras. Today we learn la, right? So in the next part, we are going to learn how to use la while making the words. So this is all for today. If you have any questions related to la, please let me know in the comment section below. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.